this is Kim Turner, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a template out of an Excel spreadsheet. When a spreadsheet is saved as a template, users can double click on that template and a workbook will be created from the template without affecting the template at all. This allows different users of the organization to use the same template for their information. So let's go ahead and get started. I have Microsoft Office 365 up, and this template is for Tibetan Grill. This is a franchise, and in this form the franchisees will fill in their information for sales, cost of goods sold, and costs. So a franchise is like a McDonald's. Every McDonald's has a different owner. The concept is that McDonald's sells franchises, and different owners of the region will own the franchises yet follow the procedures that McDonald's sets out for them. So a procedure for Tibetan Grill may be that the franchisee fill out all the information here and use the Excel template to do that. So the first thing we're going to do is save this spreadsheet as a template. To do that, go to File and then Save As. In Office 365, you could download a copy to your computer or you can save it online. If you save it online, you cannot save it as a template. So we're going to download a copy. So here's the copy, and I'll go to File and then Save As and Browse. And here is where we can save it as a template. So you see the file name. We'll go ahead and change that to PL Statement, and we'll choose the folder that you want to save it into. I'll go ahead and save it into the module folder. Now for Save As Type, we're going to choose the file type as Excel template. The default is to save it into Custom Office Templates, but you might not be able to find that folder, so you'll have to change the folder again. So go find your folder. Mine is in Documents, Files for Excel, and then Data Files. And now I'll go ahead and close the template. So to modify the template, it must be opened when you're inside of Excel. To create a workbook from the template, you need to go to the File Explorer. Now this is the folder in the bottom bar. Go ahead and double click on it to bring it up. And now I'm going to go find that template. You can tell it's a template by looking at the type in the File Explorer window. So here I have Microsoft Excel worksheets, but I have one that's a Microsoft Excel template. If I double click on it, you'll notice that the name of the workbook is now different. A 1 is at the end of it. And if I go to File, Save As, and Browse, this is my new Excel workbook that has been created from the template. So now the user can enter the information that is specific to this franchise. You can enter in sales information, the food costs, and then once you have your franchise information, go to File, Save As, and save it as your Excel workbook. I'm going to change the name of this from PL Statement to Franchise. Now let's say you wanted to modify the template that people use. Again, you have to do that from within Excel. So right now I have Excel open, and if I go to File and then Open and find my template, PL Statement, I can now modify the template and then save it back into that folder. So remember, modifying a template means you have to open it in Excel, and using a template or creating a workbook from a template, you have to go into File Explorer and double click on that template. So I hope this has clarified templates for you, but go ahead and try it in the module and get some practice on saving a file as a template and then creating a workbook from that template and entering specific information.